Today's episode is sponsored by our friends at Famous Faces and Funnies. Hey, check out their Whatnot app as well as their Facebook Live auctions on great deals. Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of Codename New 202, the Gen X for Gen X channel. I'm your presenter, Shabu Are You. Well, I hope everyone enjoyed our latest Can't Get This Feeling streaming as we featured the iconic ZZ Top. So far, this segment has been a hit. I'm really happy to do it. Not only is it good to reminisce about, but I'm hoping that younger generation will discover real fucking music, not this Taylor Swift, computer Pro Tools, commercial jingle-ish type of things that they pass off as music today. ZZ Top, that's freaking art. That is what's up. So today's episode is going to be really fun and actually interesting. We haven't looked at an action figure in quite a bit, and we're going to get a back-to-back episodes because today I'm very pleasantly surprised and shocked to introduce the Hiya Baroness action figure. Now this will be my first Hiya action figure, and I wanted to start off on a positive note and get the Baroness. My longtime regulars know that we have featured the Baroness in many episodes, from her classifieds to her retro line, to her story arc, to her special missions, to talking about her backstory. I mean, the Baroness has been given proper attention on this channel. If you haven't seen those episodes, especially that special missions when we go into the backstory of Anastasia de Cobra, and again, this is coming from Larry Hama, who created this character. And out of all the G.I. Joes, she's the only one that, Hasbro was forced to create this action figure because, she debuted in issue number 1. And so they had to, feature her. It wasn't planned. They were kind of forced to make the Baroness. And remember, this is in the 80s when not much attention was given to including female characters in a boys' line. So she was groundbreaking, and credit Larry Hama for kind of like, hey, representing women, representing, minorities and stuff. Larry Hama has often said that G.I. Joe is a celebration of diversity. And all you have to do is watch the Sunbow series, read the comic books, your answer is right there. Now, Hiya is an interesting line. You will not find these in Target. You will not find these in Walmart. You won't even find these on Amazon. I don't think so. You have to go to buy it overseas. It's made in China, obviously, like everything. But, it's basically a Chinese-based company that sells in Japan. They kind of compete with Bandai. They've only been around since 2009. But they released the first wave of these figures. And what's amazing is these are not the 6-inch classified size. These are just before the classifieds, Hasbro introduced the retro line, which was basically the modern G.I. Joe action figure, 4-inch scale, stemming from the 3 3/4 inch. So these actually fit with that modern articulation, so to speak. We have 3 3/4 inch, modern, then classified. I guess that's the categories I'm breaking it down in case you weren't following. So anyway, this is a modern scale action figure, and it's going to be great. We're going to compare her to her, I think it was 2002, the Walmart exclusive, the Battle of Classes. It was a double pack that featured Baroness and Lady J, trying to compare their upper class upbringing, because Lady J was, a very came from a well-to-do educated family. She went to Bryn Mawr, Anastasia de Cobra. We know of her heritage, she was born with, both of them were born with the silver spoon, so to speak. So they went on different paths. So that's what that whole two-pack was trying to represent. And then with the retro line, which came out in 2017, 2018, I want to say, kind of was remolding that, so to speak. And it was essentially the same figure, but they kind of took away some of the finer details, And I pointed that out in that episode. But I'll quickly do it when we compare all three of these figures. So yes, I am going to open this one because she's going to go in the Baroness section of our collection. So let's dive in and we'll look at the box, we'll look at the back, and let's have some fun. All right, so here we go with the box art. And again, I have to say I'm pretty impressed with this. It's kind of like a nice different take. I thought it was a head sculpt, but when we open this, you're going to see this is a hair sculpt, So I guess the hair piece pops off. We'll take a look at that when we get to it. But again, this is basically no file card on the Hiya toys. Just basically a little bit about the company. And it's mostly in Chinese and I think Japanese. I mean, there's a lot of letters and symbols. I know that. So I think Japanese, and then I think there's Chinese, or Korean. One out of three. So hopefully I got 1 out of 3. Anyway, so it's unique. This Exquisite Mini is a new standard setting series for 1 in 18th scale, featuring super articulation action figures from Hiya Toys. They were located in Shanghai, China, so is where these are manufactured. You have all the SKU numbers, their X, Facebook, Instagram, but really they don't write much in English. And I just know that they were founded in 2009. And, I did hear of them since I, often look in that market, the Asian market, and, that's where we found G1 Megatron. We still have to do that video. Poor Megatron's been sitting up there like, hey, when am I going to get featured? So we do. And again, with Megatron, you cannot buy that because it goes in his G1 gun mode. So that is like an illegal toy. So I think I may have broken some laws smuggling that thing in. But anyway, I think we'll take a look at this and compare it to the other Baronesses. So again, we are featuring our Harley Quinn, which is available for sale at our store. This is a homage to the first appearance of Harley Quinn, Batman Adventures number 12. I like this variant copy. It's a nice Christmassy theme, and I think this will look great graded. I don't think I'm going to grade it myself, so I hope somebody will pick that up and help out a good cause as we give some of our money to a local animal shelter for each sale. Anyway, thanks so much, and let's dive into this. All right, so I got the top off, and what's kind of interesting is this whole package. I mean, again, this is the first time I dealt with Hiya Toys, and it's excellent packaging, and it's kind of interesting with the accessories they're including in this little package. I mean, you're getting stuff that rivals classifieds, to be honest with you. So I'm actually impressed. So I just wanted to showcase just opening and all the accessories that come out as we do it. I think that's a base. And then we have the actual figure itself. So this is going to be tough to do. I usually do this off camera because it's a pain in the ass to do. Well, not that bad. Wow, look at that. Gosh, you're getting old when, I'm looking at this through the viewfinder, and I need glasses, man. I'm feeling fucking old. Wow. Right off the bat, it feels a lot different than a Hasbro figure. Wow. This is pretty impressive. And you got two different types of, well, we'll do the fists later. But again, this is pretty impressive. I mean, obviously I can't tell you, you can't feel how this feels in my hand. And it is, for someone that's, held many 3 3/4 inch, 4-inch action figures, this is a totally different feeling to begin with. What? She has the same hair? One's a little shorter. So this is the hair sculpt change that I was telling you about. It's quite unique. We got the pegs. So let's put her on the stand and take a deeper dive into her. Alrighty, so here we have the Baroness out, and like I said, I am really impressed with this. And here's the thing, in the back of the packaging, it has her holding 2 pistols, and these are where the pistols are. And they're actually removable. So you could take them out of her holster. Again, this is 4-inch scale, and to have something that rivals classified is really unique. And of course, she has her Uzi with their silencer on it. We'll put that in a bit later, like when we compare her with the other figures. But I don't, what the hell material is this made? I mean, obviously they don't say it, but it has a rubbery, like a hard. It's not just plastic. It feels rubbery, if that makes sense. And if you work on cars, that's those clips, those sealers that connects maybe your hoses, that type of plastic rubbery feel, if that makes sense. Again, a mechanic will definitely know what I'm talking about, but that's what it feels like, and it's pretty. It's a pretty nice, and if it feels has some substance, with these modern plastics, when you compare her counterparts, in the retro or modern articulation, there's more substance versus those are light compared to these. So let's bring out some of the Baronesses and compare her. Alrighty, so of course we have to start, we have done many episodes on this channel with the iconic 1984 Baroness. I mean, this is timeless. It is one of the figures I love. I mean, this is in my top 5. She is just the best. And special nod to our friends over at Simple Tricks and Nonsense. Check out our good friend Rebecca and her cosplay as the Baroness. I think it's one of the best cosplays of the Baroness out there. It's just phenomenal. Between her and John, the work they do in putting together all these amazing cosplays, it's been truly a privilege as a fan to be a part of all that and see all that amazing work and talent and skills being applied. So make sure you check out Simple Tricks and Nonsense. Check out Rebecca's Baroness. All right, so going back to this figure, I said it's beyond words. It's just that iconic. And her popularity is up there with Snake Eyes and Cobra Commander. And it's funny how, in 2024, so many women, look at empowerment, strength, intelligence. They get all that from the Baroness. You don't need to, what Disney is doing with Star Wars. You have strong female characters that, you don't need that, just able to figure it out. They don't need to be placed in situations they could do it themselves. And I think that's why so many women have been gravitating to the Baroness. And I hope a new generation, it seems like Emily and the Hasbro team is kind of stuck in their ways with not letting kids, they're doing that with Transformers. Why not do it with G.I. Joe? So anyway, when I talk about the modern retro, some of you fans, didn't jump back on the bandwagon until after 2018 with the classifieds line. But just before that, these retro backs were issued. Basically, this is one opened. It is a carbon copy of the Battle of the Social Classes that was released as a 2-pack that I mentioned earlier. See, mine, I was saying, if you look at those silver stripes, little details like that, mine are both dusty as hell, so they've been sitting on the shelf. So I should have cleaned them off before putting them in front of camera, but, fuck it, who cares? But, so this one naturally is really more dull and this one's actually pretty vibrant. That would rival this Baroness. So yeah, I think we'll just compare these two, since this is the best out of these two. So it's like, you can see the height wise, they're about the same. You got to understand that there's a little bit of these aren't exactly even, but so they're basically the same height. I will say this, I just handled and put the gun in her arm. This is something you won't want to be doing too much. Now I understand why, you have to go to 6 inches and you can't put all those things in a 4-inch action figure, because they're damn delicate as hell. I did compliment how sturdy it was, but then when you look at the pegs for the hands, I just switched out her hand so I could put her trigger fist, whatever the fuck you want to call it. But I did that so she could hold her Uzi, and man, that was kind of scary. I was afraid I was going to break it. Sometimes I don't know my own strength, because I'm so strong. But yeah, so that's something to look out for. And of course, look at these pieces, man. I mean, I was bitching about how classifieds could be lost, but man, that's as good as gone right there. That's her fist. So that thing is almost good as gone. And this hairpiece, that's pretty much good as gone too. So it's cool and awesome. I'm giving you both sides of the fence here. It looks cool and awesome, but either keep it in its sealed, which I can't do when it comes to the Baroness, or leave it as is and find some baggie or something to put the shit in, because you're going to definitely lose it. It is, and then once you get it in position, leave it alone, because I'm afraid to take out her guns, those 2 sidearms. I don't want to know what that entails. But regardless, it's fucking Baroness. I mean, it is cool as hell, and she looks amazing in this. Well, of course, we gotta get her backside. Yeah, there you go. There's a little junk in that trunk. But yeah, it is a good figure. I think it is it's a nice upscale version of this one. I'm very happy to have it in my collection. I would definitely recommend this for a Baroness fan. And I'm actually looking forward to getting Lady J, and we're going to do another video about that too. So I like this line. Everything that I said about, yeah, it has its minuses like everything else does. But to me, this is closer to this. That's what, I love the Baroness classified figure, but this just seems like it's right. Where the classifieds, don't get me wrong, but it's just tough to get that type of feeling. And I think that, this is closer to that initial feeling than the classified ones. So, it's all up to you. Your mileage may vary, but I do want to showcase this, because I know not too many people will have the opportunity to. So thanks for watching. Make sure you hit subscribe, and we'll get back to doing some comic stuff pretty soon. We should have that PGX shipment coming in to do some unboxing, and of course we got our can't get this feeling streaming shorts. So make sure you check those out. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll see you on the next time.